Welcome to the League of Women Voters of Snohomish County Forum for candidates for City of Edmonds Council Position 3. I'm Vicki Roberts-Gassler, a member of the League. Thank you for joining us. Let me provide some background on this position. The City Council is the legislative body of city government that establishes city policy, provides direction to the mayor or the city manager, and provides a framework for city administration to respond to community needs. Council members manage basic public services: sewer, water, fire, police, roads, parks, etc. They establish and enforce local laws affecting individuals and businesses, including local taxes, and they control how land can be used. Candidates do not declare a political party preference. Candidates for City of Edmonds Council Position 3 are Erica Barnett, Joseph Ademofe, and Alex Newman. Ms. Barnett will not be attending. It is the policy of the League to be nonpartisan. Therefore, we neither endorse nor oppose candidates or parties. The rules for participation in this forum were sent ahead of time to all candidates, and they have agreed to follow them. I will pose the questions and will clearly state the amount of time allowed for each answer. We're using a countdown timer, which is visible to all candidates, and time limits on answers will be strictly enforced. The order for responses to the first question will be candidate Newman, then candidate Ademofe. I will alternate candidates in the starting position to ensure a fair sequence. Let's begin. Candidates will have 90 seconds to respond to this first question. Candidate Newman, the question is, what are your top priorities for this office? Please explain why you are focusing on these priorities.
Well, thank you so much for doing this today. I'm really grateful for the opportunity. My top priorities are public safety, affordability, environmental protection, and a responsible use of taxpayer money. Public safety, because we all deserve safe streets, fast medical responses, and comprehensive emergency management plans that are going to keep us all safe when we need it. Affordability, because I know that I couldn't live here if it wasn't for another young man who was also looking for a roommate at the same time as me to share a 500 square foot apartment. That's how expensive Edmonds has gotten. We need affordability to be a major concern for our council in order to make sure that seniors have an appropriate place where they can stay here, where they can afford to downsize, where they can live here without leaving their communities. We also need that for young families who are just starting out. Environmental protection, because we all live here for the beautiful environment that we all enjoy every day, and the short-sighted solutions like selling off our parks would be a betrayal of that. We need to keep Edmonds beautiful, safe, and resilient in the face of a changing climate, and I have the experience it takes to do that. All of this is in the backdrop of a budgetary crisis where we need to increase trust among voters that we are using the money appropriately and doing what we say with it. And I have the experience to do that as well.
Thank you. Candidate Ademofe, your answer?
Yeah, thank you guys for having me today here. I'm so grateful for being here. So as a father, husband, and resident for over a decade, I'm running for the city councils because of the fiscal crisis we're facing and to maintain safety and security of our community and to address housing affordability and environmental issues. So with the safety and security, living in an environment that is so safe as Edmonds compares to other cities like Seattle or Linwood, it's so important for me as a father to see my kids live in an environment that is so safe for them. And that is why I'm so passionate about that. When it comes to the housing affordability, we have to, because right now the rent is just going up, and the taxes on the homeowners is just going up at the same time. So if we are not careful, if we continue to increase the taxes, people gonna probably be out of this place no time soon. And when it comes to the environmental issue, we all know that environmental issue is one of the stuff we're facing in this state. So I'm really, really serious about it to ensure that we are living in a very conducive environment.
Thank you. The next question, also for 90 seconds, is what qualifications and experience make you a good choice to address these priorities? And we will begin this time with candidate Ademofe.
Yeah, thank you. So first of all, I've worked with Homeland Security for about 2 to 3 years, and I'm a coach in coaching soccer in community college as the head coach, and I working right now as a lead security personnel. And with all this experience, and with my educational experience too, my undergraduate in political science and international studies for my master's. So I've had the opportunity to learn how the states, the local government, and the county work. So I've understand how to navigate through all those things. And with the experience of leading a team in collaboration, in ensure that there's safety in where I work at right now, I think these experiences I can use it within the council's members parliament chamber to enhance and to support what is missing in the chamber right now. So with the experience I've gained over the years in all these fields, I truly believe that I'm convinced that I will be an asset to legislative bodies of city councils in Edmonds.
Thank you. Candidate Newman, question to you.
Well, thank you. Yes, I am proud that in my professional life I get to serve as the executive director for the American Red Cross of Northwest Washington. In that role, I get to work between our lines of service, making sure that we are adequately serving our active duty and veteran communities. We are serving folks who have just experienced disasters and recovering from them. We are providing life-saving blood products across the country, life-saving training, first aid, CPR, what have you. And working between all of those programs gives me a lot of experience in managing diverse teams of people and trying to coordinate between competing priorities. All of my priorities for this office, be they public safety, affordability, environmental protection, and responsible use of our taxpayer money, all come together with my experience. I've seen firsthand in my experience responding to disasters that these are climate-driven problems that we are facing that make affordability desperately worse and that are existential threats to our community and to life and property. All of that has to be done on a nonprofit budget. I have that experience to use a small budget to have a really big impact for people and make sure that everyone is being served, prioritizing those who are of the greatest need.
Thank you. For the following questions, candidates will have 60 seconds. Timer, please adjust the clock. The next question, beginning with candidate Newman, is what measures, if any, would you propose to support to keep housing options affordable in your city?
Yeah, thank you for the question. I think that when I have had conversations with voters over the last several months, everybody agrees that the most beautiful and sought after area within Edmonds is the area in the bowl, the area by the waterfront. And the thing that makes it so sought after and wonderful is the fact that in part, the fact that it has a thriving business community and that it has the highest variety of housing, whether they are small apartment buildings that are not too tall to block the view, or they are townhouses, duplexes. different housing solutions that provide that variety in walkable neighborhoods. So what we need to do is expand that type of model to other areas in our community in a hubs-based model, where we have centers that are business communities that have some housing that are like those townhouse solutions, and then go out from there out back into our single-family homes.
Thank you. Same question to candidate Ademofe.
Yeah, in regards to housing affordability, with the Growth Management Act that the state government put out there and mandating all these the counties and cities to come up with a comprehensive plans, which I totally support of that step housing code. And with that, I think I'm gonna fully support that comprehensive plan to ensure that people, low-income people, and people who are struggling can afford to live in a very less expensive homes like in Edmonds. So I will make it my priority to support these comprehensive plans within the legislative bodies in City of Edmonds.
Thank you. For the next question, we will begin with you, candidate Ademofe. Besides affordable housing options, as a council member, what measures would you propose to address homelessness in Edmonds?
I mean, this is a very serious issue, even though federally and statewide. With this, we're just gonna make sure that there is some funds out there, like funds out there that we can get from the government, or grants that we can get from the government to assist the homelessness in our city. And that I will ensure that we pursue that aggressively to ensure that we can be able to fund this homelessness in our community. And again, we can set up like local organizations that probably we can donate some monies and see how we can help these people achieve their livable means life. So this is what I'm gonna be pursuing. If I'm elected, I will go for the grant to be able to fund all these things.
Thank you very much. Candidate Newman, housing or homelessness.
Yeah, thank you for the question. I think that the city's priorities need to be aligned around issues like this. The scary thing to me is that Edmonds currently only has one human services employee for the entire city. That's not prioritizing this as an issue that affects everybody. Big part of the solution here is going to be cooperating with local cities. Cooperation that's happened between Edmonds and Linwood and Mount Lake Terrace to be funding, supporting transitional housing. Those are the homes that are funded for short-term periods for individuals who are getting off the streets and who are in positions of precarity, such that they are able to take that time to get job placement programs that also need to be supported during this time as well. I've seen the ways that these programs are effective. I work with people on a daily basis who have been through these programs, and they truly work and are a real investment in our community and the individuals that are at the highest need.
Thank you. Beginning with you, candidate Newman, then, what changes, if any, would you like to see concerning how Edmonds is run?
I think that from my conversations that I've had with city employees recently, it's become clear to me that there is a bit of a toxic culture that goes on within the city, where there is a council that at times may have a tendency to push more demands upon the city staff through the work that needs to get done without taking into account the operational workload that exists currently. Where the city is burning through its much reduced staffing at a really quick rate at the moment. And I would like to bring my operational experience, not just in policy, but in administering our operations as well, to know how to strike that balance and be able to retain employees so that we have functioning continuous services to the public.
Thank you. Candidate Ademofe. You're muted.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. What changes, if any, would you like to see concerning how Edmonds is run?
Yeah, I think we do have some disparity when it comes to resources sharing among our community here, because some community are just left behind in terms of development and commercializing businesses. When we compare some community here, compared to the bowl, the development is just different. A disparity is just different. So with that, I would like to, I would like to work on that to ensure that there's equity when it comes to resources sharing between all these areas. Not that we're gonna use it to just develop only one area and just leave the other area less developed. We can't have a sustainable city like that. So that is one of the things I'm gonna be fighting for, and the engagement of all residents, not just from one area, but everywhere in Edmonds. That is it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. For the next question, you, candidate Ademofe, will have the first crack at it. What actions, if any, should be taken in Edmonds to address the effects of climate change? Please.
Oh yes, climate change issue is a serious issue. It's a critical issue. It's just a problem that we need to take seriously. So with that, it's a complex issue at the same time, but we can do everything we should to be able to reduce the green gas emission. And if you can use more of the electricity in our city instead of gas, that will cut it down, because the more we emit carbon dioxide out from the core, from everything, that is a problem. And if you can encourage people to use more of electric vehicles instead of fossil fuel vehicle, but we need to give all those people like a tax incentives for using electric vehicle. So with that, and plant trees, we need to continue to plant trees, and we need to be sure that when we cut out trees, we gotta make sure that we cut out.
Thank you.
Okay.
Candidate Newman, actions to address climate change.
Yeah, that's a really important question right now in this moment. My big three things that I would want to do in this situation is supporting green energy in private residences and commercial spaces. Those would look like different subsidies as new homes are built, and different incentives to make sure that people are modernizing the energy infrastructure on their own homes as well, be they primarily from solar energy. Then there's the fact that as we look to the development that Joseph very kindly brought up, is making sure that those neighborhoods that are being developed are being done so in a walkable way, that we are reducing our reliance on cars to get us around these far distances to get our groceries, and instead we're able to walk them. And finally, it's making sure that we have climate resilient plans such that we are able to face these disasters as they come.
Thank you very much. For the next question, beginning with you again, candidate Newman, what actions, if any, should this city take to address diversity, equity, and inclusion policies and practices? Please explain.
Yeah, I think that in the current climate at the national level, it's important that we are continuing to show a commitment to hearing from diverse voices. I am very disheartened to see that the Equity Commission that Joseph serves on, and I give him so much credit for doing so, has been paused because of the budget crisis that we're in currently. I think that that's something that I want to continue to hear Joseph and others' voices in the city in a prominent way. I really believe that that is going to be an important step there. And as we are making decisions as a city, we need to be making sure that we are including those communities, especially in areas of how we're going to develop different neighborhoods in different ways. How are we going to make them walkable and accessible, and make sure that that is even and considerate?
Thank you. Candidate Ademofe.
Thank you. So with the issue of diversity and inclusion, I think it's a very serious issue here, because when you look at the landscape of our municipality, when you see with the Bowl area, not a lot of minority people who live in that area. So how do we engage them? We have to really engage them by going to the rest of the community, of our community, and engage these people. We can organize a public hearing in those areas to let them feel like they belong in this, in our community. Because when you go to the city council's hearing, you barely see any, like minority people in that forum, which is really troubling. We need to take it seriously that we are truly engaging them by going and talk to them and have them be part of our representatives body. We have to encourage them to do that, to achieve a really equality anyways.
Thank you. So for the next question, beginning with you, Candidate Ademofe, what additional issues or information would you like to bring to the attention of voters?
Yeah, right now I've talked to some voters regarding what is going on in our cities, and they are not happy when it comes to the issue of inclusiveness and engagement. So I think we should take that seriously and try to involve and engage people outside of the Bowl seriously. And another issue is the issue of, how do I say it? The tax, right? The property taxes that is so kind of like financially invasive to people. We have to figure out how to incentivize businesses and entice businesses into our community to generate more revenues for us, instead of putting more financial burden on taxpayers and homeowners and renters. We have to figure out how to get more revenue from property taxes alone.
Thank you. Candidate Newman.
Yeah, thank you. I think that something I've been hearing from people as I've been having conversations, knocking on folks' doors and at different places out in the town, is that what we need at the moment is a new set of voices who are able to break us out of a consistent way of thinking that got us into a budgetary crisis that has put things, public services, including our public parks, at risk. And so I'm excited to bring that, and to be somebody who is from a younger generation, somebody who has been through personally these issues that have plagued younger people right now. Things like living through school shooting drills. My younger brother lived through a school shooting of his own in his high school. And living through the youth mental health crisis, and making sure that our city is equipped and hearing from people from the next generations who have this stake in it for decades to come.
Thank you. We've come to our final question, and this is it. Please tell us something about your life experience or that might intrigue or surprise your voters. Open-ended question, beginning with Candidate Newman.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for doing this again. I am so grateful for the opportunity. I think that Well, I'm not sure how much of a surprise it will be to anyone to hear that I was not born in Edmonds, but that I choose to live here every day for the same reasons that my family chose to live everywhere we lived as I was growing up and moving around the US. We moved around because of economic insecurity throughout my childhood, and we moved to the places where my dad was able to get a job. But the places that we settled within whatever radius was always determined by the same few factors. It was, where is the place with the safe streets? Where is the place with the highest quality public education? And where is a place that cares for our environment and shows that in the way that it acts every day? And I'm just so proud to live in the most beautiful place in this country and to be able to be in front of you today to help keep it that way.
Thank you. Candidate Ademofe.
Yeah, being a high school dropout, getting to this country, it was hard for me to navigate and adjust to the system in the country. So what do I need to do? Because I didn't finish high school, so I need to go back to school. So I started from scratch. I started from scratch by taking ESL classes, English as a second language, taking GED, my high school diploma. I worked my way through that while I was having a full-time job and with family. I worked my way out of that rigorous struggle, and I was able to get my bachelor's, get my master's. So just looking from that angle that I was able to do that, I think anybody can do that too, because that is a great thing for me as a first gen in my family to attain a bachelor's degree and master's degree. That is a great accomplishment for me and my family.
Thank you very much. That was the final question. The League thanks these candidates for joining us, and we thank you for running for office. We encourage our audience to explore additional information about these and all candidates. Recordings of all League forums are available on the League of Women Voters of Snohomish County website, on YouTube, and on podcast channels. Find links at lwvsnoho.org. If you prefer written responses, vote411.org, sponsored by the League, is another good source of information. Ballots and your Snohomish County voter pamphlet were mailed starting Thursday, July 17th. Election Day is Tuesday, August 5th. Please be a voter. Thank you to our League Candidate Forum team and the Candidate Forum Coalition. And special thanks to Dave Moon and the Sultan High School students at TurkPride.tv who made this production possible. And of course, thank you all for joining us. This concludes our Candidate Forum.